Hello and welcome to a special episode of Insert Coin. I'm Tim.
And I'm Chris.
And we're playing Final Fantasy VII.
Episode 6.
And at this point in the game, we've just been going around Julian Harbour, disguised as a Shinra soldier.
Oh, Dave. We're going to assassinate right here.
That would save a lot of time, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Although that's not really our main objective. Our main objective is to find Sephiroth at the moment, isn't it? And make sure he doesn't find the Promised Land. I'm surprised that nobody has noticed Nanaki. It's quite clearly there.
I didn't notice until you said
there's two guys looking right at him. So this bit you have to press the appropriate button it tells you to, and then the present mood gauge goes up and down. I think compared to some of the other mini games in Final Fantasy VII, this section, like not just this bit, but the bit in the last episode, you're marching, this is less forgiving than the other.
Yeah.
Because like the bit where you do like the little squat things to get the whip in the wall market, you could get that wrong plenty of times and you'd still win. Whereas like this, you make a couple of mistakes, it's kind of like it goes up and down quite drastically. I know we're quite behind there. I suppose I was about to say we're at 100% and then we're up to 10, so
yeah.
Obviously it's not a percentage. I don't know how his mood gauge.
Over 9,000!
I don't know what the range of the mood gauge is.
Special.
He's slightly behind. Oh yeah, you can stand in different ways. There you go, that's it. You could hide better than that, you just sat there scratching your face.
Yeah, shaking his head at us. What?
Again, I think you can look up the different prizes you get for this bit. I think we did get the best one. I think it's a weapon you get.
Oh.
Stealer. So I remember on the next big boss battles we have like the cool new weapon.
Oh, yeah.
You get a weapon if you do well here, which is one that Zack can use. Here's a special bonus for you. Force Stealer.
Oh.
I think that's the best item you can get. There are other items you get depending on how well you did.
Okay.
To be fair, even though we got his mood gauge high, we were the worst one out of the other two. The other two are bang on time,
yeah.
And we were slightly out. So why did we get a sword? It's a bit unfair.
Perhaps he thought we were on time and they were both out. Damn you and your laugh. Yeah.
It's weird because we were pointing out in the earlier videos, he doesn't laugh like that until Rufus takes over. Like when he's with the former president, he just ha 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 all the time, and then all of a sudden he starts saying gwa ha 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 in this section. It's like what?
Perhaps he's thought with Rufus now as the president he can be a bit off the cuff and change his laugh.
Like, oh, I'm going to try a different laugh.
Yeah.
What's his name? Heidegger? Heidegger? And Hojo has resigned. Yeah, well, we don't have to leave, we just don't have to stay.
I can jump really well. Check me out.
Okay, so he wants us to follow him. But we're turning up, we're just running on the boat. Yeah. So long, suckers! We'll cross the ocean to the new continent. Ooh, awesome, new area of the game being opened up here. Orange stained with blood. Okay, so here we are on the boat. Now it's annoying because if you have Jesse in your party at this point, who's like the secret character, you can't get that piece of war materia just yet. Well, because she stood in the way. Look, you talk to her in a minute. She stood in the way, and you can't get it. And then you have to wait till later on when she's not there, and then you can get it. There you go here, look. I'm pretty sure that's her. Yeah, just I hate ships. And then she's in the way. She can't get to the materia.
Oh man.
Because I thought it was like, if you give her tranquilizer, maybe she moves out of the way, but no. Nothing happens. You just wasted a tranquilizer. Damn you, game! So yeah, basically all the different people in your party are on the boat, but they're dressed up in different outfits and stuff.
Oh. Apart from Nanaki, actually.
No, he's dressed up.
Really?
I don't even remember that bit.
No, I don't remember Nanaki being dressed up.
Yeah. He looks ridiculous. We'll see him shortly, I'm sure. I think all those little bits when you speak to Tifa and Ares, every single one, there is a way of following it through to decide who you end up with later.
Yeah.
But I just end up being nice to both of them. Sometimes go out with one, sometimes go out with the other. And can I interest you in a sour sweet, Chris?
Sure. They look like American hard guns.
These are the Uber sour sweets.
The most sour sweet ever.
The most sour sweets I've ever found.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know how sour these pink ones are.
They're not that sour.
What?
No. It's probably going to hit me in a bit.
So this part of the game, you can talk to different people.
Great!
That's really sour. I always used to get stuck on this bit, right? Because there's a guy there. I can't remember what you had to do to get him out of the way. You talk to everyone. He's still there. Look, there he is, look. Chris still can't speak because his face is inverted from the sour sweet. Oh. Yeah, that is Nanaki dancing around. There you go, there's his tail. Do you not remember that? He still can't talk. Yeah, this guy's still in the way, so you can't get by. I think you talk to someone again downstairs and they say something different, and you come back upstairs again and he's out of the way. I can remember the first time I played through the game, I was like, I didn't know what I was supposed to do.
Did the guards not realise that guard was just like dancing around with a tail?
No, I'm just saying. How many guards are left that are real? Like, how many people we've spoken to that aren't? Oh, here you go, you speak to Tifa again, or Ares if you haven't swapped the names around. And she asks if you've seen Dine, or Barrett if you haven't swapped the names around. And then you can go over and see him. I don't know why they've done that. You have to go around and speak to everyone. You can't go further, you go back and speak to someone you spoke to earlier, and then you can advance to go to the next screen. Why, game? Why did you do this to us?
Oh my
Waste
God.
of our time.
I'm crying. There are tears in my eyes. Oh, this sweet's horrible. Why did you do this?
Awesome. Would you like to try the lemon one?
Sure.
Sure. That's the lemon one. But I think this Coke one is the worst. That I think is possibly the worst one. Yeah. It's up to you if you really want to try it.
Sure. But perhaps not at the same time as this one.
Yeah, once you've got past through the horrible bit, it's alright.
This would be great for audio.
Dying is feeling quite angry.
Oh.
Shaking GIF.
I just wanted to punch that guy through the window.
We could just shoot him, couldn't he? Dying's got a gun for a hand.
Yeah, that's true. Oh. Suspicious character. The guy dancing around with a tail.
What sort of announcement is that? That's like when you're at the train station, so if you see anything suspicious, alert a member of staff. And it's like, excuse me, I saw something suspicious over there.
Oh damn, I didn't see us go into the thing. I thought that was some random guard.
No,
It's just a Barrett
that's us.
cutscene.
No, it's us. They aren't up there. So everyone's gone now.
Perhaps I don't want him to get through the window then.
See, that many people on the ship were just us. And that sailor there just doesn't seem to care.
He's like,
So
why wasn't I invited to this meeting?
Uh-oh.
Sephiroth.
Would he need to get a boat? Can he fly?
Can't we just take this one? No.
Sure, we could just like summon something and fly across. Well, I suppose at this point we've only got Chocobo, Molg, Shiva, and Bahamut. Right?
Shiva? Couldn't Shiva like...
Shiva could fly us across, couldn't she?
Yeah.
And once you speak to party, you can see they've got changed for the occasion. Apparently, you can then go off to fight the next boss battle.
But we're still on the ship full of Shinra.
Yeah.
So why didn't we just take our
I don't
thing
know.
off when we came onto the ship?
I don't know why we chose that time to get out of our costumes. This is where you can now pick up that piece of materia, so make sure you do. All materia.
And everyone's dead.
The monsters in this area are quite tricky, actually, aren't they? You want to go around because you see there's an item box. And you're like, oh, shiny, must have shiny. Don't ignore shiny. And then you get loads of fights around here. It's really annoying. And some of the monsters in it are like quite difficult, I think. It's like you want to keep all your stats up because you've got a boss battle coming up. But that's a weapon for Jessie. So you're probably going to want that.
Apart from the face-melting black hole that is the top layer of this suite.
They're quite nice once you get past the horrible layer. It's like you have to achieve the nice sweet by eating.
It's like, I did it.
A
I
layer
don't
of
have any
pain.
lips left, but I did it.
It's the same as this is just an audio. You need to see the look on Chris's face eating one of these sweets. You gonna do it?
Yeah. This is the cola one.
That's a coda one, I think. Coda and pain.
Yay! So I like to start off with. It's going to hit me in a minute.
Oh, and then there's Sephiroth coming out of the ground for some reason. I don't know. He doesn't know where you are.
Perhaps he's got a portal gun.
See, I'm always wondering of these bits whether that's actually Sephiroth, whether that's one of the different clones, because I think the real Sephiroth has just been underground on the bottom of the cave the whole time, and then when you see him there, that's just one of the many, like, you know, the guys in the black capes, and the guy in the tube and all that sort of stuff. They're all just Sephiroth clones, aren't they? So I reckon that's just a normal Sephiroth clone, who's obviously like doing his bidding and stuff. There's multiple ones. Potentially, it's just a theory. Yeah, so well, let's recap everything that's happened. It's probably a good idea to recap, just so you can see what are you actually doing. So, a bit of an explanation as to what the hell's going on. So Sephiroth went off searching for the Promised Land, so he became the ruler of the planet 5 years ago. And he came back and killed the president. And then they all just saw him. Yeah, that's actually the first time they've encountered him, hasn't they, since this all started. And he's carrying Jenova with him, but he dropped a part of Jenova's arm, which they just fought. And he wants to take Jenova to the Promised Land. So far, not really that much of an ominous plan, is it? Can you not speak about it due to the fuzz? Struggling with the soundness. Ifrit.
It's bubbling in my mouth. Should it be doing that?
Yeah, I think so. Unless it's part of your tongue. It's being melted away.
Oh, that's what this is. So far, I think the first one's definitely worse.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. That's got me used to this one now.
Yeah.
It's also changed my voice a bit.
Yeah, you can't really have a bag at a time. You only want to have like one at a time.
Why don't you have the whole bag?
You couldn't, could you? You'd only want one at a time. Every now and then.
To give your friends when they go over. Just see
Yeah.
they just face go. "Bleh."
Some people react to it differently. Some people like just can't even hold it in their mouth for more than a couple of seconds. They have to spit it out.
Really?
Some people don't really mind them at all. No, that's fine. I think I've slowly built up a resistance to sour sweets. It's like the one resort holiday destination in the entire planet. Pretty small planet if you think about it. Well, most of the planet is kind of open fields, isn't it? There's a few like towns and cities and stuff, but most of it is just big long fields and caves and stuff.
Oh, there's a second layer and it's fizz in my mouth. It's like filling my mouth with a fizz in like 2 seconds.
You look like a bear wearing a marshmallow. Everyone's going off to the ground.
Wait, so Shinra didn't want to dock at like some other town. They went to the resort.
I think that's like the only dock on the continent, though.
Really?
Yeah. This is kind of a small planet.
Isn't Retire on the coast though?
Yeah, I don't think they were going to retire, are they? Well, they're just trying to follow Sephiroth. Sephiroth's gone to this continent for whatever reason, so...
And they're like, yay! Holiday!
Well, I'm surprised that they didn't check us on the leaving. Because like, there's loads of dead bodies on the ship. Surely they would have like searched everyone on the way out. So, what's this collection of huge swords and gun arm attachments that's with you? You must be Avalanche. No, they just let you just walk off with no problems at all.
They don't know us this half the world.
Security is very lax, I think, at Union Harbour.
Yeah, especially now the boat's abandoned, so it's going to be there for weeks and months.
I heard the only person left alive on the boat was a guy that was in the top deck.
Oh yeah, true.
There's a guy in the top deck that just ignored us and obviously wasn't killed by Sephiroth, so... There's
Well, true, and Rufus and Heidegger, who were also on the boat.
Yeah, what happened after they left that room? Where did they go to? It wasn't that long a boat, right? Jeez.
Good work, all the dead people.
That was like, what? Just shy of 20 minutes on the boat? Wasn't that long a boat ride? They're going to go to a port and then get in a helicopter. Why don't they just get straight into a helicopter? I suppose maybe like pet fuel and stuff to get them from one place to another. If they try to go across the continent in a helicopter, they might have run out of fuel.
They have magic in this game.
Yes. That's true, they could have powered it with magic.
Yeah. Well, they're in charge of like Mako reactors and everything.
Yeah.
So surely they could build a helicopter or a plane that could travel around the world
Well,
fairly
they got
easily.
the high wind, didn't they? Why didn't they take the high wind?
Yeah.
Got it. It was at Union Harbour. Why do they get a boat then a helicopter? Why don't they just get in the high wind? Idiots. The hell do they think they're doing running Shinra?
I'm surprised it took us that long to get to the high wind.
Oh, he's giving Heidegger a bit of a dressing down there. He's tapping his foot.
Oh, gee. We need to build another puzzle room. We should build it.
Yeah. Too many people got out and made them. Oh, he's just going to attack a sailor. He was going after.
No, you bodybuilder man.
Going after a holiday picture. Must be quite hot in his suit as well. But then I suppose if he works in the Shinra building, he's probably used to like going on the treadmill in the suit.
Yeah.
Pretty fine. Because they do that then, don't they? They go on the treadmill in their suit.
Yeah.
So, you now get a chance to explore Costa del Sol.
Awesome.
I think you can just leave now if you want to. You don't have to.
Oh, really?
There's nothing you have to do here. There's no like events that must take place before you can proceed.
Isn't there a Turtle Paradise booster?
Good question. We'll have to see. There's
Oh.
no sleeping in Secret. I honestly can't remember off the top of my head. There's some nice, big, roomy apartments in this area of the world compared to some of the other places. Ooh, items. Yeah. Well, good. We weren't concerned about them being. We were just taking them anyway, but it's nice to be told. Nice to be told. And it's worth exploring because you can get a few good items, and I think there's a couple of good shops.
What's Motor Drive? I can't remember that.
I believe that is a weapon for Ares.
Okay.
Or Tifa, if you didn't swap the names around. I think it's interesting as well who you have in your party at this time will be in different areas and stuff.
Oh, do they all split round the...
Yeah, they hang around, you can like see what they're up to.
Oh, okay.
But I think only the people that aren't in your party are seen doing stuff.
Oh. Bar del Sol.
Or just get given a drink.
Ow, that was my teeth. They exploded.
Right, fair enough. Hey, is that not the guys from the gym? From the Walmart?
Oh, really?
Looks like it, doesn't it? They could be.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he's got another drink. I wonder if you could just stay there getting drunk. Snowboarding's just happening. Yeah, it's all surfing. Oh, if only there was a place you could go snowboarding.
Yeah, this sunny climate.
Yeah, you can go the icicle in and snowboard.
Awesome. Can we go to the Ice Queen?
Yes, and we did. Later on in the game. the snowboarding
Yes, we
section.
did. Later on in the game. In the past. Future.
Oh, we did it in the past and we're watching it back. Right, so what's in there? There you go, this is Johnny's in there.
What?
These like we haven't seen each other ages and sometimes when I talk about old times.
Aries, what are you doing in a bedroom with Johnny?
Damn, Johnny. Did you know we saw him outside the Honeybee Inn? We probably should be worried because he was seen hanging outside the Honeybee Inn,
Yeah.
kicking it about. Hasn't really got very far. Well, I suppose this is quite far from Midgar.
Yeah, so that's actually really fun.
So yeah,
it's outside the
maybe
world.
Alright, fair enough. It hadn't gotten very far when he was just went to the wall market. I'm leaving this town and going to the next sector. And just hang around there for a while. Yeah, Jesse's gone to work in the item shop. Presumably to steal shit.
To steal everything.
A thief!
Rob that old man dry. Doing shucks too late.
What was he talking about? What is he talking about?
I don't know. I guess this is the thing. I'm just like,
Hey, does your friend have a cute lady?
what?
200 gil?
What?
They let us stay for free at Fort Condor. I suppose you did save the town though. We haven't really done anything for Costa del Sol.
No.
If it got attacked by a giant monster though, we'd sort it out.
Yeah, we would.
And then we'd be able to stay for free at the inn.
Yeah, but Fort Condor was like a giant mountain tree house underground.
It wasn't under. Well, it was inside the mountain. So. Does inside the mountain count as underground?
I know, it'd be above
Oh.
ground, wouldn't it? So.
Ares has obviously finished her chat with Johnny and ended up on the beach. So maybe it didn't go so well, Johnny boy.
Good.
Muscling in our territory.
What? Hojo?
Hojo's on the... Do you not remember playing this game? We were surprised by everything that happened. We played it and then we were watching back the footage.
I have a bad memory.
I suppose in terms of how long ago when we were actually playing this part of the game, it must have been quite a while ago actually. Just, watching we played through the whole game, and then when we finished the game, we've then gone back and recorded the audio for you. So
Yeah.
when we started recording the audio for the beginning of the game, we just finished the end of the game. So it's kind of like going back to the beginning again. So bear in mind, this is the first time you played through the game, isn't it, Chris? So,
Yes. Yeah, so I'd never seen any of this.
yeah, so now watching this back, you're probably going to start to notice things like, oh, that's that guy, and things like that.
Yeah.
You'll start seeing. 'Cause
Although I didn't notice the Naki, obviously hid behind the.
Yeah, you'll probably notice a few more things that you didn't notice before. Now that you know.
Is
the
that guy
full
wearing
story.
trunks? No.
Maybe. He probably is.
So Hojo's on the beach, just with his bitches,
Yeah.
being like,
No, he resigned, didn't he?
did he?
Yeah, they just said.
I didn't think he resigned.
Yeah, they said he handed in his letter of resignation. That's why Rufus was a bit touchy.
Oh. I just thought he walked away.
No, he handed in a resignation. And walked away. The game has taken a bit of an interesting turn, isn't it? You'd think that at the start of the game, you think you're just going to be staying in Midgard blowing up reactors until all the reactors are destroyed, and then going after the next tower of reactors, but the game quickly becomes about stopping Sephiroth rather than stopping Shinra. You're kind of battling with Shinra on the way anyway.
Yeah, you kind of you're still at odds with them, or when you encounter them and the Turks and everyone. Yeah, he put Tifa and Naki in essentially science prison. So why aren't we killing them?
Science prison.
Yeah.
I like that. You're going to science prison.
Yeah, so summer camp. No.
No, we will experiment on you. What was his experiment trying to prove anyway? I'll put the Cetra in a cave. In a cage, with one of these weird dog lion things and see what happens.
Yeah.
He's going to kill her! I thought you wanted her alive for your research. You shouldn't put her in a cage with a thing.
Then the Naki just paws at her trying to play chess. Oh, why aren't we killing Hojo?
I don't know. Why do we know? Such horrible things.
Yeah. It's oh, we're all on holiday, yeah, let's be buddy-buddy. I won't kill you. Oh, will I? No, I won't.
To be fair, considering how hard Hojo is on disc 3 when you finally fight him, you probably wouldn't want to fight him there on the beach. He'd probably own you, drastically.
Yeah, but then would he have found the serum or whatever it is?
Oh yeah,
by
because he
now?
injects himself with Genova cells, doesn't he, or something?
Yeah. So at this point in the game, I don't think he would have
Got that
had
with him.
any of that.
You wouldn't have it with him on the beach, would you?
No.
Not the kind of thing you take with you to the beach. Is it?
One of the girls is oh, Hojo, do you want some sun cream on you? No, that's not sun cream.
That's not sun cream. That's Genova cells. Back to the yeah, because if you think about how big Costa del Sol is, and then how big it is in comparison to the rest of this map, these fields must take ages to run through.
Yeah.
A big long bridge gap thing. There's loads of unused spaces in the world.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's just how vast it is. I suppose it was too
It's quite
busy.
cleverly done though, isn't it? I mean, what I find really impressive is like the worlds in the Elder Scrolls games, like Oblivion and Skyrim, like how huge they are.
But then they're always like their maps.
Yeah, this is like a continent, isn't it? And you can't get off the continent.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, the new Elder Scrolls Online is going to cover multiple continents.
Ooh.
So you can go to Cyrodiil, and you can go to Skyrim, you can go to Morrowind,
Oh,
and you can actually go between the different continents from the previous games.
Oh, how would you go between the two continents?
I don't guess you'd have to like get a boat or something.
Oh,
There'd probably be like portals and spells to get you across there and things like that. So you can go to different areas of previous Elder Scrolls games,
interesting.
combining them. Which is similar to what I was saying in one of the previous videos about if you could have a Final Fantasy game which combined all of them by having like you're in a little galaxy and each one's a different planet. So you can go to the planet that this game's set on, and then you can go to the planet like Final Fantasy VIII set on and things like that, and go to the planet that 10 set on. It's pretty.
Although Elder Scrolls, all their games are set in the same world.
Yeah, they're all set in the same world, so that would be different continents. Whereas, like in Final Fantasy, they're all set on like different
worlds.
Different worlds, aren't they? Yeah. But you could. None of them have like really gone into space, have they? Much.
True.
So they could well be. I mean, in terms of their technology and stuff, they're advanced.
Well, at least
in some ways
none that we've played.
Yeah. Well, like in this, like you attempt to get into space, it does go into space.
Yeah,
You don't go to like another planet or anything, do you?
No.
So you could argue that there's the other planets like a little bit further away from each other and stuff. What are we doing? Going this way apparently. Let's see what's up here.
I thought there might be shinies down there. My tongue, I can't actually feel my tongue. I think after the first one, it just deadened my tongue, and the second one just destroyed it.
It deadened your tongue.
Yeah, deadened my tongue. That's a word, isn't it?
Deadened?
Yeah,
Deadened's not a word.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
What do you mean deadened?
As in deadened. My tongue is deadened because of that sweet.
What? That's not a word.
I'm gonna look this up.
Okay, I have to look it up. Deadened.
If you think deadened's a real word, please answer in the comments.
I don't think that's a word. I don't think you can use that.
What would you say then?
Well, are you talking about something that has previously died? So you would say my tongue died. You wouldn't say my tongue deadened.
No, something deadened my tongue.
So something killed your tongue.
No, someone has said something killed my tongue.
What are you talking about? Describe what deadened means then.
It's like my tongue is dead and numb,
Yeah.
but it's still there.
Then just numbed.
No, because deadened is the same thing as numbed.
But deadened's not a word. Okay, we'll have to look this up. Transform materia. Oh, very good.
Oh,
Transform materia is a good one to pick up.
what does that let's do again? Transform enemies into like frogs.
Yeah, I think that has mini. Actually, I'm trying to remember because there's one. No, morph is the one where you turn them into items, and then transform as you turn them into mini and you turn them into frogs. I would recommend using transform for added effect rather than standard materia. Because if you cast frog or you cast small, it doesn't always work. Whereas if you had it with added effect as a additional materia, you'll probably find that it's effective more often. But then you're just normally doing normal attacks, and they'll occasionally get the status afflicted to them.
Okay.
That's all I tend to use them anyway.
You're now looking this up.
I'm looking up deadened. I don't think it's a word. How do you spell it?
Oh. D-E-A-D.
Yeah.
E-N-D.
Deadened. It's just dead end without a space.
It could be D-N-D. E-N.
Low priced deadened from the UK. No, it's not a word. Surely not. Yeah, it's just dead end.
Baby birds.
Chocoboge. Right, I'm going to stick it into Word and see if it's in the dictionary.
This
Dead.
is word 2007.
Is it a new word?
I don't know.
See, underlined it in red. It doesn't like it. It's not a thing.
No, try D-E-A-D-N-D.
D-E-A-D-N-D?
Yeah.
Just trying to see that section D. Deadened. It's not a word. You're talking nonsense.
Right click on. Perhaps I spelled it wrong. There!
Dead-ended.
What?
That's like if a road goes to
No.
a dead end. Oh,
That's
dead end?
That's not dead ended. That's deadened.
Deadened. Okay, let's look that up in a thesaurus. Look up. Deadened.
Yes!
To make something less intense,
Like numbing.
like numbing. Desensitize somebody or something. To make something or somebody less sensitive to pain or other stimuli.
Owned.
There you go. Deadened. I'm going to try and use that in a sentence tomorrow and see if anyone pulls me up on using a fake word. But there you go. I've been told and you've been shown.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
not been shown. They've been also been told.
I've been told. You've been also told. Well, I will never doubt your vocabulary again.
Sorry, how'd you say vocabulary?
Vocabulary.
Oh, fuck.
Turns out it was a
Nah.
perfectly cromulent word.
Sure, let's just go with that. How long is this bridge?
Pretty long, I guess.
How do they make bridges like this? Do they like make them on the floor and then just like tell Steve to run that end of the mountain, that end of the bridge?
Why Steve?
I don't know.
This guy called Steve.
Yeah.
Steve, put up another bridge. Come on.
Or would they make it?
They must have like put up scaffolding and stuff, and then you put the bridge up, and then you take it down again.
Or would you make up one end and have it like fall down the mountain, but then like use a rope and pull it up? To the
Yeah,
side?
you could do that, I guess. Don't know. Maybe that's something we could Google in the future and find out. So there's another good reason to tune into our playthroughs. You learn new words like deadened, and
You also learn how to make rope
yeah,
bridges.
also think about how to make rope bridges.
It's just all sorts of
I
education.
think, I've seen some interesting programs about like they tried to move rocks the size of the rocks at Stonehenge. Like they tried to recreate Stonehenge using technology that would have been around at the time. So like they weren't able to like use a forklift or anything like that or use a crane. They had to just use like trees
Sticks.
and sticks and rope and things like that. They had to try and create like a pulley system. And I think they did manage to do it. They kind of like put the stones onto on top of like logs, and they could roll them and things like that, and had like a pulley system. But it's quite intuitive. But they did say it was possible to do. The weird thing is, if people were intuitive enough to create something that could move the big heavy rocks, why didn't they have like carts and things?
They did have carts.
Carts. Well, how old is Stonehenge then?
They would have had carts.
Like, maybe they just had a massive cart and they used that. I don't know. I'm not a historian, Chris. Do you know what I mean? You think they would have had like better technology if they were able to do something like that. That's why it's so impressive.
You
I
mean
guess.
like forklifts?
No, not on forklifts, but better carts. I'm just going to go back to carts,
Better cart.
or maybe like ye old.
What is a better cart?
The forklift.
Exactly.
Ye old forklifts, perhaps, or ye old
Like
cranes.
it's like a wooden forklift.
Okay, maybe like they had mechs then. They had giant
Yes.
but they would have wooden mechs. I don't know. In fact, have you ever seen a series called Escaflowne? Have you heard of that? You've never seen that?
No.
No. There is a sensible segue to this, and it just brings it out of the blue. Because
Right.
that's kind of like, it's set in a parallel world, but it's like, it's all medieval type stuff. And it's all like, carts and stuff. Swords and shields. But then they have giant mechs. And so the technology is all medieval stuff, but they have giant mechs. But then the giant mechs, rather than having like guns and missiles and stuff, they have swords and shields. So it's kind of like knights fighting each other, but in giant suits of armour.
Where did they get the mechs from?
I don't know.
Or are they like
They
just
they
giant
make
pieces
them,
of armor?
Yeah, they're just like giant pieces of armour.
Is someone in them?
Yeah, someone gets in them.
Oh.
So it's kind of like medieval mech warriors.
That's
It's pretty cool. It's quite a good little like world they've created. And they did a series of it, and then there was a film. But in the film, it had all the same. I want to say actors, but the characters are drawn the same.
Yeah.
So as if it was like live action, like the same actors, but the characters they play are completely different.
Oh,
Like
what?
they just completely changed the entire story.
Oh.
It's like set in the same world
Yeah.
and set with the same like drawing of people, but they like live in different areas and have different roles. Like I think there's a guy who's like a prince in the series, is like a leader of a gang of thieves in the film, and things like that. And it's just completely different.
man.
And all the characters are meeting for the first time. It's really odd. The thing is decided to do something weird with it. It was good, but it's just nothing like the series. It's just completely different.
Yeah, I hate when films do that.
It's just so drastically different that it's like nothing.
Oh.
It's just really weird. Like all the characters were just like in completely different roles. Like they just mixed up the whole universe. It wasn't a bad film. It was just a bit unusual.
Anyway, back to Final Fantasy. Isn't this where we get Catastrophe?
Yes, later on we get Catastrophe from that woman in there, but she doesn't give it to us yet. At the moment she hates us. We need to leave. We need to get out of here. It's kind of awkward.
Oh.
Let's go. They don't like us in the town. Let's get out of here. Everyone's waiting for us. Come on.
God, you spent 20 minutes talking about films in some random magazine. We were waiting for you.
So the whole town hate Dyne. Technically it still is. Yeah, it would have been used to it. It's still there. Surely they could use Mako powers to rebuild a town pretty easily. You could use like earthquake and fire and
Just have a big fiery lava pit.
yeah, but there's lots of magic people use, and they're just using it for battles. You'd think they'd be able to use it in some sort of industrial application as well. Like if you could cast fire,
Yeah,
you
true.
could
You
probably
could
work.
make, like, glass and
yeah,
everything
you
like
could
that.
maybe
Yeah.
be like a blacksmith and just like cast fire in your.
I thought you meant like,
chair.
as in cast house. Or
Yeah,
cast
you don't really
buildings.
cast house, but you know. Well, the only one against this is Dyne. And that's Dyne.
What?
I think this really confused you, didn't it, when you were playing?
Yes.
Because I renamed all the characters and Chris didn't know who the letter characters were. So obviously I've called Barrett Dyne. And I called
Yeah, you were
Red
holding
13.
Dyne over me for ages.
Listen, Dyne. Dyne. But listen, Dyne. No one uses the call nowadays.
Which one's the right Dyne that's talking?
That's currently Barrett is talking.
Okay.
You can tell because he's moving.
Oh, true.
No, he's talking. Doesn't want to avoid the cold lines. But yeah, I'm just thinking like the different moves you can do in battle. Like I suppose earthquake, you had earth magic. You could like
How would
you
you use
would
that to
move-
build a town?
Yeah, but you would use it to like build the foundations, wouldn't you? You could like dig away bits of the ground with earthquake. You could then summon. I don't know. I suppose you could live like you could use ice to make igloos
Mm.
or something. You know, what else can you do? Trying to think of the other moves you get. You know, you could summon like loads of monsters to help build a town for you.
I don't think Bahamut's going to help you build a town.
Might do if you summoned him. Have you ever
Ask him
asked?
nicely.
Ask him nicely. So
I'll
look.
throw him a steak and...
Yeah.
Bahamut, could you please help me build my town? Thanks. I just like burns the entire thing to the ground. Thanks.
Well, you know, they only use materia for war. If they used it for building towns, maybe there'd be a lot more towns.
We soldier more war. Yeah, summon Bob the Builder.
It's not a bad idea. Have you ever played that other game? It'll probably be a much more boring game. It's like, have you ever played Dark Cloud? The game that's on the PlayStation 2.
No.
That was a game which was kind of similar control systems like Zelda or something. And basically, I can't remember the plot. I think like a genie gets summoned and it takes the town away
Right.
and like absorbs the town. And then you go off into a cave, and in the cave you do different things in different levels of the cave, and you collect items which are parts of the town. It's like little orbs and stuff. And then you come out, and then you can summon the different buildings, and you put them back, and you're basically trying to rebuild the town. So you
Okay,
go so far through the cave, and you're like, oh, I need to sleep and regenerate my health and stuff now. So you leave the cave. While you're out of the cave, you then put all the stuff in the town back. And when you're putting like a building down, the people that were in the building at the time it was taken away are still in there, and you can go in and talk to people.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
the idea is you have to try and build like the best. Well, it's 2 points of the game. One is like actually going through all the levels of the cave and completing the game and getting, presumably to some sort of end boss somewhere. I never finished it, so. And then the other part of the game is when you're building the town, you have to try and build the perfect town. So people will say things like, "Oh, I would like to see the sunset in the evening," and you have to make sure the house is facing the right direction. And then like each house has got different slots. So there'll be people like they get their house back, but then there's furniture missing, and then you get the right furniture for them and put it in the house. And then they're really happy. And when you talk to them, they say something else, which then unlocks a different part of the game and some progressive thing.
Oh, that sounds
So
like
you're
it'd
trying
be like
to,
a really good like social game, like social media game, like Farmville, but better.
I've never played Farmville.
Really? Or
No.
no,
No.
nothing like that.
No, I've never really been a fan of like Sims or SimCity or anything like
It
that.
sounds like it would be good because you would go. Half the game would be going into the caves, killing monsters. I assume earning gear to kill bigger monsters.
Yeah.
Then the other part of the game would be coming out of the cave and just like a city management game.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That's pretty much
It's a
it.
bit like.
I think my brother must still have it actually. It's on PlayStation 2. It's not one of those games which like it's intriguing and you play it for a while and you think, oh, actually,
Yeah.
it just doesn't hold up for a long time. Yeah, it's interesting. It just our conversation reminded me of that game. And now we're at the Gold Saucer.
Yay!
Yay!
You told me this place was amazing. You could do everything. You could go on roller coasters, and it's just like a theme park in a game. I got in and I was greeted with a fat chicken.
It is good. The Gold Sauce is awesome.
And a save point we got to pay money for.
Yeah, that annoys him. But that's kind of quite like clever in a way, isn't it? If you think about it, it's like, oh, I don't have to pay to save it. You stingy, like money grabbing theme park. It kind of makes it a bit more realistic. I tell you what, right?
Oh, okay, exactly.
This really annoyed me, right? I can remember I was in Euro Disney, and we were stood in the queue waiting to get on like the bus or something. I've gone with like a trip to college, and I was suddenly really thirsty. And behind us, there's these like Coke machines, and they had a big picture of like Coke being poured into a glass with like over ice, and at the top of it there are speakers, and on a loop they're playing the sound of someone opening up a bottle of Coke and pouring it. So you just have this. And it was like, that looks so nice, and it has the sound effect playing. And you go to, I'm going to have to buy some Coke, and it was like the equivalent of like £3 for a bottle of Coke. And I was like, what? Whoa. No, I'm not being ripped off like this. But then we're still in the queue out waiting outside it, and it's just constantly playing that sound effect over and over again. It's like, I will not give in to you manipulating me with your sound effects. So that was horrible. I didn't buy the Coke then out of principle because I felt I was being manipulated.
Do you reckon they still got a vending machine?
It may well be. Who knows? It was many years ago that I went. It was when I was in college, so a long time ago now.
Perhaps they had enough money to upgrade it to like vending machine mech. He'll chase you down the
buy a
tree.
Coke. Well, I've noticed now, like it's actually quite cool, and when you go into like places like KFC and Burger King, McDonald's and stuff, rather than just having like the signs in the back of what the menus are, they actually have monitors. And sometimes the signs of like the food on it are actually animated.
Oh,
And then like
I've
you
not
see,
seen that.
you not noticed that?
No.
They have it in like KFC in town. They have like rather than having a sign, it's a monitor, and then the monitors will cycle around what's on there. But when it shows like a picture of a meal, you can actually see like the steam coming off the food where it's hot. And sometimes they'll like show like a drink being poured and things like that. I suppose I'm okay with that because you're already in there to buy stuff.
True.
You know.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
tempting
not-
you, but it's kind of like just makes it look nice.
It's not chasing you down the street,
Yeah, it's not chasing you down the street like a giant mech. That's just crazy.
shouting at you. Buy my Coke. Speaking of,
Buy
Realistic.
Coke from Metroplex.
I would buy Coke from Metroplex any day.
Space
That'd be amazing.
our show is Metroplex. Oh, there's no show on today.
Okay, I've always wondered.
Yeah.
Are these like slides or like
Why would you go back in again?
anti-grav flumes?
I don't know. I'm more concerned there's only one-way tubes, because while we're going out of here back into the lobby, surely there could be like a massive queue of kids going back the other way, and we just bash into each other.
No, just like mid-pipe.
We bash into each other in the pipes.
Unless the pipes are like cut in half, so that you only go down one half of the pipe.
I don't know. These are the solutions we don't know. Perhaps. You can come back and watch a show here later on in the game.
Yay.
Yay. What a fun segment that was. Let's leave.
Oh, but I came in there and back out.
Well, to be fair, at this point in the game, you don't really get to spend much time at the Gold Saucer. It's more...
A lot of it's closed off, isn't it?
yeah, like later on you can access more of it.
Yeah.
Oh look, there's Johnny.
Bastard.
Keep flying around, one step ahead of us. I reckon he's in
Sephiroth.
cahoots with Sephiroth
Oh, yeah.
in some way.
Wow,
I reckon he keeps on seeing Sephiroth and then not stopping him. It's like, oh, that's the guy that Zack and the others are looking for. Don't let him go then, stop him.
Ah, Sephiroth. So you want to go keep tabs on Zack and his crew, eh? I'll follow him around for you, Chi.
Why is he like a 1920s gangster? Yeah,
Why not?
Shay.
We've
It's
not-
the Chinese guy.
They have no voices for these. So
Yeah, I
you've got to make
suppose.
your own.
Yeah. Well, I suppose they have got the film, so you kind of know the voices a bit. From
Is Johnny in the film?
Johnny's not in the film.
Yes.
He should be. I think.
As a
I think he
boss.
was missing. Well, just like a random like bit part, like when they're being chased away by monsters. You just see Johnny in the background going, "Oh no, again!"
Yeah, just waving. Hi, I'm in the film.
I know they have like the Strife delivery service or something, isn't it? They've got. So
Yeah.
Maybe Johnny was the receptionist when Cloud comes in at the beginning of the film. It's like, "Hey Johnny, hey Cloud," and that'd be his involvement in the film.
Oh.
That'd be it. But
But
they,
he'd also be in the town centre when Bahamut comes out. And
Yeah.
then he'd also be in the little pool at the end with all the children.
Yeah.
Just like in the background.
I think maybe they should just re-release a copy of the film, which is exactly the same, just with a couple of additional scenes that have Johnny.
Johnny's
Just
every
yeah,
character.
just Johnny in the background every now and then. Oh, there he is. That could be. I'm surprised Johnny's not, but I mean, he's having a meme of Johnny showing
Yeah.
up in the background. We could probably get some screenshots of Advent Children and just Photoshop Johnny, but the Johnny from the game in the
Really
background.
pixelates Johnny.
So, oh, Johnny was in the film. There he is.
Like have him on a posters.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is this actually available at the moment, or is there's some sort of excuse that it's not running?
Wow, what a descriptive person that guy is.
It's a girl, isn't it?
Oh.
I think it's a girl.
When it's film, it'll go boom, and when it's empty, it'll up. Oh.
It'll go boom. Yeah, that is very helpful.
Thanks.
Thanks, lady. Oh, it's GP. I don't think we have the opportunity to get GP at this point. Why do they have a ride that costs GP to go on? Because you have to go to a different attraction, earn GP, and then
Yeah.
go back to that attraction and use them.
Yeah.
I think
It's
we
just
really
the same as
really
tokens,
went
isn't
on that. Yeah, we didn't really go on that ride, though, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we didn't really go on it a lot, though. I don't think there's much
Oh.
you can get from it. Because I think the one point in the game where you want a lot of GP was when we were doing the Battle Square, and you want to make sure you've got enough GP to be able to get enough points
Yeah.
to get the battle points you need. Because once you
True.
leave the Battle Square, you lose all your battle points, don't you?
Yeah.
And if you run out of GP while you're trying to collect enough battle points to get the items you want, then you're a bit screwed. So I think we found that the best thing to do was just do the Chocobo races, wasn't it? You got the most.
Yes.
Because you can get some GP from the games in the arcade, but it's
not
actually quite minimal. And I think the same goes for like when the items you get in
Oh,
the
Turtle Paradise poster.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
To be fair, with the amount of effort it is to find all of those, you don't really get anything that interesting. You get like a bunch of sources, don't you? Like power source, speed source, mind source. It's like, really? Is
Well,
it?
they're good though.
They're good, but it's kind of like, oh, thanks. I would have preferred like some sort of badass materia.
You want like on Moustache version 2?
Yeah.
Is that essentially what you're saying?
No, that's not anything that
I went through this
maybe,
entire game, collected all these, and you'd give me sauce.
Maybe a cool sword? Or a summon. Maybe a summon. Maybe a turtle. You can summon a
Yes.
turtle.
I'm loving all of
What
this.
is that? You got all the Turtle Paradise pictures, so now you can summon the turtle
Is that his name?
from Turtle Paradise.
Oh, so his name is the Turtle from Turtle
Yeah,
Paradise.
I guess.
Yes.
Like summon turtle, and the
Would he
turtle would
level
come
up?
up. The turtle would come out, and
Where?
I don't know, like he'd be summoned wherever he comes from, the sea or whatever,
Okay.
sea turtle, and I guess, or he could just like fall from a great height and land on them, maybe.
True Space
Yeah.
Turtle.
Space turtle.
Oh wait, how big is this turtle?
Like huge, like a giant turtle.
Oh, I was thinking like
Yeah,
it could
like
be
a
in your
normal,
hands.
yeah, a normal sized turtle. That's not really going to help much in the fight, though, is it? A normal sized
Just throw
turtle.
him at the enemy.
Or it could like bite their ankles like a terrapin.
Maybe.
I was thinking more like the fat chocobo, but a big turtle.
Oh damn.
It could just like fall down and land on them.
Hmm.
Or it could like spit water at them or something, I guess. Bit like a Blastoise. Because that's essentially a giant turtle, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
Speaking of giant animals, these are giant birds, the chocobos.
Yeah.
So I prefer to call them chocobos, I always call them chocobos. Yeah. Because in Final Fantasy X, when they introduced voiceovers, Tidus goes into the engine room with a boat and it's chocobo powered. Like, oh, we use chocobos. It's like, what are chocobos? Like, what? I've been calling them
no.
chocobos for years. They're chocobos, damn it. So I have justified this by saying that the chocobo is just the American pronunciation of chocobo.
Yeah. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, I think that's it. So we can still call them chocobos, people. Don't worry, they're chocobos. So we're not actually racing this.
I have no idea. I don't think.
We're not, I think we're just betting on it, aren't we?
Yeah.
So you can choose different bets. We did spend quite a while later on in the game. You can get some really good items around here. So you basically bet on the chocobo you think is going to come. Well, it's weird, isn't it? Because you don't just bet on the one you think is going to win. You have to bet on who's going to go first and second.
Yeah. Yeah. Or
And then
first,
there's
second,
like
and third.
there's 4 different items, so you have to bet on the right thing, and then you have to get the right item. And there's certain items in there are actually materia. I think there's only one we didn't get in the end, wasn't there? Because we just went ages and ages and ages. But the problem is, it's not like you can just spend loads of money and just bet on all of them and guarantee that you're going to get the item you want. Because
It'll only let you do
as
certain amount.
a completionist, we were like, yeah, we want to get everything, and we just didn't get that one piece of materia. But it was something kind of non-eventful, wasn't it, as well?
Mini.
No, it wasn't that. It was one that we didn't have. It was some sort of extra one, like similar to preemptive or something like that. Was it like something strike? Like when you get a preemptive strike, you hit them as well, or something? It was some. I really can't remember. What it was. There was
Well,
nothing.
that sounds pretty
overly,
good.
There was nothing overly impressive that I can remember. If you could add a piece of material to the game,
Oh.
like invent your own material, what would you put in?
Can I choose? Oh no, I'm not going to choose Turtle from Turtle Paradise. First is.
Oh no, that's already one. We'll have that summon. That's an additional summon. A giant turtle.
Any piece of material.
Yeah, just make up some material.
It would be swap material,
Uh-huh.
and it would swap a member of your party with one of the enemies.
Okay.
So you would battle as the enemy player on your team, and you could essentially kill your friend who's now been swapped over.
Ah, so could you get your party member down to like really low health and then cast swap on them and then get them to kill themselves? Or you could hit them once and they die?
Yes. Well, essentially, you could do that now,
Yeah.
couldn't you? But it's mainly for big group fights. Like, say you've got a boss and one other enemy who's like pretty tough. You would use swap on the enemy because it wouldn't work on bosses, and then you'd only have the boss to deal with, and you could use the enemy to fight the boss as well.
Okay. Well, I suppose it's a little bit similar to manipulate, isn't it? Because with manipulate, you get them on your team, but you don't lose a person in your party.
True.
So
This one you lose a person in your
Yeah,
party.
you've just invented a worse version of manipulate.
Yes. Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes, I have. What would be your material?
I don't know. I guess.
Fuck you, Reeve. Sorry.
No, we don't like this guy. He's a dick. There was a move that was in one of the older Final Fantasy games when they had the job system, and I reckon it would be I suppose this already exists actually. Though. I was thinking like elemental with attack. You can get like fire and sword, don't you? and they you can have if you put elemental in your weapon, you get an elemental edge to your weapon. I'd think something similar to that, but maybe it actually would cast it at the same time, and the animation would look different. So you'd actually, if you had fire equipped with your sword, you would actually have a flaming sword.
Yeah,
and when you hit it, you would hit a normal attack and then actually cast fire with them as well.
Well, that's just changing how the current game would look, though.
Not really, because you get with that, it hits them once, and this has the elemental difference. So it's more damaging to things that are weak against fire, for example. It just isn't animated differently. Whereas this would be a bit like having added cut. You know, at the added cut, you hit them, or you do whatever the materials you got on, and then you hit afterwards. So a bit like added cut, it would be added cast. So you would have, I don't know, you'd have added cast with fire, and whenever you did a normal strike, you would then cast fire afterwards. So, whenever you do a normal hit, you would join it with whatever magic is paired with added cast. As an idea.
That's quite good.
What about your ideas for materia? Whether it be summons, magic, command materia? My favourite materias tend to be the blue ones and the purple ones, the automatic ones.
Yeah, the purple ones are quite cool. Although my favourite is always summon.
Yeah, summon's pretty cool. You can't really go wrong with a summon. I do like having a good setup when you have cover, counter, and then you have elemental and bio. So whenever the enemy attacks, you cover it. You take the damage and then you counter the attack, and then you counter it with a poison attack.
Yeah, always like that.
Things like that,
especially for gaining your
limit breaks. So I kind of like the combinations that you can create. Kind of makes it a bit more interesting. Although it's cool to have cool moves like Ultima and Comet and things like that, the cool powerful materia. The kind of tactical materia I find more interesting because you can kind of combine stuff and make things a bit more exciting. Oh no! The big annoying fluffy cat thing is now part of your party. Enjoy. So annoying.
Arm wrestling. Super do.
This is a bit weird as well. Let's give it a try.
Super dunk.
Super dunk. Yep.
Ridiculously high.
It's about as easy to win at this as it is to win at one of those actual Super Dunk games when you go to theme parks and stuff. It's 200 gil a go, isn't it?
Yep.
Is that 200 gil to throw a ball in a hoop? It's ridiculous. Mega Shumo.
100.
Sing wrestling.
Oh.
Barbash. Barbash, 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 barbash. You
win! What do we get?
1
GP. Yeah!
No, that's entirely pointless.
How many is it for Omni Slash? 25,000.
No, it's well, that's battle points. You think there's so many battle points you need to have a go in the battle square, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
But 1 GP is nothing. Yeah, our thoughts exactly, Zach. Our thoughts exactly. This place is a rip-off. That's the thing about theme parks, isn't it? You go there and it's really fun, but everything's really? And how much for that? Do you know how much it costs me to get here and to get in?
I suppose you don't really think of that if you're a kid.
Yeah.
You're just like, this place is amazing, I can go on everything.
I don't know, I've heard...
Johnny!
Oh, Johnny's there now. Oh, he was in the battle... there. Where was he? He was at Roller Coaster Square, wasn't he? Speed Square. Yeah. Why are you wasting money on a fortune teller?
Because it's probably me playing.
Use caution in relationships, that's helpful. That's really helpful.
Oh, okay.
The Mog game. Mog House. If you haven't played this before, if you're going through it, use the not interested option. Never, ever play this game. Oh, this isn't even a game, this is just ridiculous.
Oh, it looks like an awesome RPG.
This is like the kind of thing you get on, the kid version of tablets. Have you seen them, like the lily pads or whatever they're called? It's like a tablet, but for kids. It has cartridges and stuff. It's basically something you get your kids so they don't play with your tablet. You're like, here's your own tablet, son. It's plastic. And it's like, you can throw it around and it doesn't break.
See, this could be an amazing RPG. First, he needs to learn how to fly. He goes killing boars and skeletons for like 20 minutes.
No. He just tries to fly. You don't even, before you get excited and think that you have to button bash square to flap your wings or something, you don't have to do that.
You mean you don't get to do that?
No.
Oh.
You don't get to do that at all. You don't get to do anything exciting. You'll see what you have to do soon. Here we go. You press circle button to feed him a nut. But don't overfeed him or he'll get too fat.
What?
So you give him a nut.
Okay.
Right. What was he shaking his head? Oh, there you go. He goes to eat it.
Oh.
He's happy. Eats a nut.
Spam nuts. Spam nuts.
There you go.
Is he
Okay.
happy?
Do another one. Now the problem is, this would be somewhat more interesting, I guess, if you just had to figure out for yourself the appropriate number of nuts. But I think there's a clear indication of when he's had enough, and then it says, do you want to give more? And you just don't. So it just gives you the answer for you, essentially.
Just don't.
Just don't give him more. So really, is that all there is to this?
He likes his nuts.
It's a hilarious waste of time. There we go. Oh, he's made that noise. So he's indicated that he's full now. And then
now
you just
what?
don't. I don't know. You just don't press the button. You just leave it,
Okay.
and eventually it carries on with the game. I think. God, the music, everything. He's just. There we go. Now he's gonna try and fly.
Surely he'd be able to fly on a less full stomach.
I don't know. I don't know why the nuts help him fly. Maybe it's like Scooby snacks and stuff. There we go.
Because you're not nuts.
You've become a fully fledged Mog. You know, something like you are a flying Mog and you have to fly through rings, and when you fly through,
Yeah,
you
that'd be
get
cool, like
points.
Sonic.
Yeah, that'd be good. But no, you just feed him nuts and then he flies around. But don't worry, there's another level, so you get to do it all over again.
Yes.
Ah,
Do we get our own Mog after doing all this? Like,
No.
the vending machine just spews one out.
no, you get one turn of the game.
Oh.
And then I think the guy says, "Oh, thanks for showing me how it works," and he gives you an item. That's it. Because he says, doesn't he? "Oh, can you show me how this game works?" Like, yeah, you push one button 5 times and you win.
And
That's
it's like this giant screen, just one big button.
feed him a nut.
Or they're like 50
Feed
million
him a
buttons.
nut. Feed him a nut. The end. God. Worst minigame ever. It's dreadful. Oh, I can't stand it.
It's a story of companionship, of
Don't
dreams.
defend the shit game, Chris. Don't defend the shit game. Just accept that it's terrible. It's awful. I think there's one game I played once. It's the worst game I've ever played, and I might be offending people online now if I say this. People that like the game. It's Brian Lara Cricket. Now
Oh,
I've
I
not
heard
played
of
it properly, right? Because I played it with somebody like they were quite good at the game. Like, oh, because I'm quite good at the game, it might be a bit one-sided if we go against each other. So we'll be on the same team. So he was bowling, and then I was catching because we were on the same team. So he was doing the bowling bit, so each go bowl, bowl, and bowl. And my only involvement was to when one of the players caught the ball, they would automatically run and catch it, and there'd be like a little meter that would spin around, and you had to press X when the meter was near the middle to get an accurate throw.
Right.
And you pressed X and you're outside the meter, then you get a bad throw. So I literally had to sit there with the controller in one hand with my thumb over the X button, and once every like 3 minutes I'd press X to throw a ball. I was like, oh my god, this is the most boring game I've ever played. I don't think it was a particularly good experience of that game, to be fair.
Would you rather have played that or played against someone when they're good and you don't have a clue what you're doing?
Yeah, I would rather have just like played, actually been involved in the game and lost than to win and press X every 5 minutes. It was ridiculous. Yay, he was able to fly.
Yeah.
We are pleased by this. Yep, that's what happened. And please tell me that's the end. No, sometime later. There's more.
Yes. Why does it say Mog above his door?
so he knows that he lives there.
Yeah, but on the
Her name is
Orc Horde-
Mag. No, I think he is a Mog called Mog, and her name is Mag, who's a good-natured Mog. I don't know. I don't care enough to find out, Chris. I'm sorry. I really don't care.
I was going to make the transition to why don't we have human above our dogs?
Oh, because that would be stupid. May they have lots of healthy Mogs. Oh, there they are. That's quite a lot, isn't it? It's quite a large litter.
To having that small treehouse, yes.
Yeah. Maybe the scaling in the treehouse is that of the rest of the game. So you go inside this massive TARDIS tree.
Oh, damn.
And then they were all killed by random encounters. Bye.
Bye.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next exciting episode of Insert Coin Let's Play Final Fantasy VII.
Whoop. See you later. Bye, Mog.